Welcome to 2025, and this year may very well be one of the biggest years ever for Apple. We're getting a completely revamped iPhone lineup, a bunch of new iPads, Macs, and Apple Watches, new Apple Vision products, new AirTag, new AirPods, and some exciting developments for the home. Now, usually Apple's first products of the year come out in spring, but we may actually see the first new Apple product of 2025 as soon as this month. That's right, in the recent macOS 15.2 IPSW file, it included references to the unannounced M4 MacBook Air, which doesn't usually happen unless a new product is very close to release. In addition, Mark Gurman says that the new MacBook Air will be announced before the new iPhone SE and iPads we'll get into a bit later. So with all of this, we could actually see the first new Apple product of 2025 be announced in only a few weeks with this new M4 MacBook Air. As for what will change, don't expect too much. Just a bump from M3 to M4, better Thunderbolt 4 ports, full external display support, and likely the same 12 megapixel center stage camera from the MacBook Pro. Next up, spring of 2025. This is when the big new products will be coming from Apple, and this should be when we see the first event of the year in either March or April. First, the iPhone SE4, which may be the most important new iPhone of the year. It'll feature a complete redesign based on the iPhone 14. It'll have USB-C, the action button, A18 chip with 8GB of RAM, Apple Intelligence, iPhone 14 battery life, and be the first iPhone to use Apple's 5G modem, all for a price of just $499. A pretty killer deal. Next, we should expect two new iPads to be announced. First, the long overdue iPad 11. This device should feature a faster chip with more RAM to support Apple Intelligence, and could feature Apple's 5G modem just like the iPhone SE. The other iPad that will be updated is surprisingly the iPad Air. This is surprising because we just got the last iPad Air in May of 2024, just 8 months ago. And the iPad Air is usually on an 18-month release cycle. But according to Mark Gurman, we're going to see a refresh in spring of 2025, likely with either an M3 or M4 chip and that new 5G modem as well. We should also see a new Magic Keyboard for both of these new iPads. This new Magic Keyboard will be a merge of both the old 2020 Magic Keyboard and the new 2024 Magic Keyboard for iPad Pro. This new keyboard will be intended for cheaper iPads like the base iPad and the iPad Air. So overall, decent updates for the iPad lineup in spring. Next, we should expect a very overdue refresh for the AirTag, which was first released all the way back in 2021. Yeah, the AirTag has quite literally been through an entire presidential term. The AirTag 2 will feature the same second generation UWB chip from the iPhone 15 and iPhone 16. This means the AirTag 2 should have about triple the range of the first AirTag. The speaker on the AirTag 2 should also be harder to remove, which is a stocking-related safety measure. And the AirTag 2 will apparently work better with Apple Vision Pro in some way, but we don't know in what way. But the most interesting device being released this spring is apparently going to be Apple's all-new HomePad, which will essentially be a HomePod with a screen. This device will be a singular hub to control your entire home. It'll be powered by the A18 chip, so it'll work with Apple Intelligence. It'll be about the size of two iPhones next to each other with about a 7-inch square display. It'll be able to either sit on a table or surface, or have the option of being wall-mounted, and it'll run an entire new OS called HomeOS. The UI for HomeOS will be a mix of iOS and watchOS's standby mode, and it'll feature a dock to launch various apps. It'll have Safari, Apple News, Apple Music, Notes, Calendar, Photos, and Home, but no App Store. It sounds like a very interesting device that may need its own separate video, so get subscribed so you don't miss that. Anyways, next up is WWDC 2025. This is where we'll see all of Apple's new software releases, like iOS 19, iPadOS 19, visionOS 3, watchOS 12, tvOS 19, and macOS 16, which I predict will be called macOS Redwood. Of course, there will be a slew of new Apple Intelligence features for iOS 19, iPadOS 19, and macOS Redwood, and Apple Intelligence will also be coming to visionOS 3 this year as well. And maybe we could see some talk about HomeOS at this event as well. Hardware-wise, we've been hearing about a new M4 Max and M4 Ultra Mac Studio potentially coming at this event, along with an M4 Ultra Mac Pro. These may either come at this event or maybe before this event in either April or May. Next, September, the event of the year. And this may be the biggest September event we'll be getting since the iPhone X. First, the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch Series 11 will be coming this year, but we don't know too much about the Series 11 just yet. But since the Series 10 just got a redesign, don't expect too much. We've been hearing about hypertension detection coming this year, and maybe a faster S11 SIP. Next, the Apple Watch Ultra 3. This will be getting the same updates from the Series 11 and the MLA display technology from the Series 10. And the Ultra 3 will be the first Apple Watch to get satellite connectivity, just like the iPhone 14 and newer. You'll be able to contact anyone on your Ultra 3 without cell service. Very cool. And the new Apple Watch SE 3 will be coming this year with a new plastic body to reduce costs, along with a faster SIP and likely thinner bezels. Next, AirPods. The AirPods Pro 3 will be coming out sometime this year, but most likely at this event. AirPods Pro 3 will feature the new H3 chip, which will significantly enhance the active noise cancellation on AirPods Pro. AirPods Pro 3 could also be getting new health features. Not just the hearing health features from AirPods Pro 2, we may actually be getting heart rate monitoring on AirPods Pro 3 this year. This is confirmed to be coming on the new Powerbeats Pro 2 in early 2025, so they could come to AirPods Pro 3 as well. In addition, we should also see a new design, maybe a merge of AirPods 4 and AirPods Pro 2. Now, the iPhone, starting with the iPhone 17. The regular iPhone 17 will be getting the same 6.3-inch display from the iPhone 16 Pro, and that finally means 120Hz ProMotion and always-on display are coming to the base model iPhones. We should also see the new A19 chip, new 24-megapixel front camera, new anti-reflective glass, and probably a lot more that we don't know yet. Next, the iPhone 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max. These devices will be redesigned from the inside out. They'll feature an all-new design with a part aluminum and a glass body. They'll feature a new redesigned camera bump as well that'll be horizontal and made out of aluminum. Up front, you'll find a smaller dynamic island with that new 24-megapixel front camera. Inside, you'll find the new A19 Pro chip with 12GB of RAM, and a new 48-megapixel telephoto camera that may allow for 10x optical zoom. These devices will also be getting Apple's custom Wi-Fi 7 chip. These devices will be a massive upgrade over the iPhone 16 Pro, and we have so much more to learn about these devices over this next year of rumors. But the most interesting iPhone of 2025 will no doubt be the iPhone 17 Air. This device will be the thinnest iPhone ever made, potentially as thin as 5 millimeters, as thin as the M4 iPad Pro. But of course, there will have to be some compromises. This device will only feature one 48-megapixel fusion camera that is centered on the back, for the first time ever on an iPhone. The device will also have the same A19 chip from the regular iPhone 17, not A19 Pro. It'll also no longer have a SIM card slot for places outside the US, and it may only have a single earpiece speaker, but this device will feature that 5G modem we talked about with the iPhone SE 4, and that Wi-Fi 7 chip from the iPhone 17 Pro. And unlike some older rumors, it sounds like this device may cost the same as the current iPhone 16 Plus, as this device will replace the Plus model. It's going to be a very fascinating device, unlike any iPhone ever made before. Hell, some of Apple's competitors like Samsung are already working on competing devices like the Galaxy S25 Slim. It's going to be a very exciting year for the iPhone. Now, post iPhone season, we usually get some other new products, and this year we could see more products in October through November than ever before. First, the M5 Max. We should expect a new MacBook Pro with M5, M5 Pro, and M5 Max. This new MacBook Pro will be the final model in this current design generation for MacBook Pro. 2026 will see some more substantial improvements to the MacBook Pro. We should also see a new M5 iMac and M5 and M5 Pro Mac Mini. The iPad Pro should also see an upgrade to the M5 this fall. All of these products are rumored to feature the same design as we have right now. But we're also expecting another product to be updated with the M5 this fall, Apple Vision Pro. The current Vision Pro is still on the M2 from 2022, so this jump from M2 to M5 will be pretty substantial, especially with Apple Intelligence in Vision OS 3, and we could likely see the new, cheaper Apple Vision headset this year as well. This cheaper model will have lower resolution displays, worse speakers, and an A-series chip rather than an M-series chip, but it should cost close to half the price of the current Vision Pro, around the price of a 14-inch MacBook Pro. And last, we should be expecting some updates to two of Apple's home products. Not only will we be getting the new HomePad earlier in 2025, we will also be getting an update to the HomePod Mini and the Apple TV 4K. Both of these devices should receive chip upgrades, but most significantly, they'll be getting Apple's new Wi-Fi 7 chip. This new chip is actually going to be so advanced to the point that it could allow these two devices to double as Wi-Fi routers, kind of like the old airport routers. With updates to these two devices, along with the new HomePad, HomeOS, and tvOS 19, 2025 is going to be the year of the smart home for Apple. So that's what to expect from Apple in 2025. Which product are you most looking forward to this year? Let me know in the comments.